when you have a player like Andre Emmett, you have to find guys who complement him. Mikey Marshall came in at 6 points. Josh Washington off the bench had 8. Different players stepping up for Bobby Knight's ball club.
Giles gets that one to go. He was the one called with the foul just a moment ago down at the other end when Langford had the 3-point play. And he gets that one as well. So 8 points for Giles. 7-point Jayhawk lead. And it's going to be Mikey Marshall, I believe, who will reach in.
And Giles looked at him and said, you know, don't reach and help. I think he had him. He was making Paget go to his right shoulder, left hand, make him turn that way.
Paget knocks down the first one. So the first foul on Mikey Marshall. Second one, the freshman gets that one as well. Paget, son of a coach, and how many times have you seen this happen regardless of what school they play at? He is under control. He's poised. Plays the game. No talk. Just gets his business taken care of. That's going to be a KU foul. Let's see if that's Miles. It's his third.
And 3 white jerseys hanging around Andre Emmett. And you can't stop him. I mean, you can hopefully hope he misses. 1, 2, 3, the double pump. He's got the ability again, the hang time. He can adjust the basketball. Miles upset with the call.
So Langford will go to the bench, and checking into the lineup is Michael Lee. At the other end, Paget. Does Miles see the floor? Boy, we've talked about it so many times. He sees that little opening. He is right there. I would love to have watched him play quarterback with that kind of vision, John.
Yep.
And touch. Emmett.
Emmett working on Giddens now. Giddens, a freshman. Sometimes you get a little lesson when you're playing a guy like Andre Emmett.
Well, he's got 20 points. The lob inside. Here we go. Little high-low. Wayne Simeon.
Tech's got to find a way to slow this Jayhawk team down so they can get this game maybe back to even.
Emmett strong to the hoop on the run. Couldn't get the kiss off the glass, and Simeon walks away with the rebound. Miles, who's going to pull up and shoot this one. Nobody open. I'm open. I'll hit it. That's his first bucket since the 2 threes to start the ballgame.
But again, he doesn't look for himself too many times.
Josh Washington close to a walk, but he did not travel. Mikey Marshall back out on the wing. Jarius Jackson not there. Jackson still has not scored. And Jackson couldn't get that one. Simeon still another rebound.
Almost made it a tougher shot because he even got closer to Paget, allowed the 7-footer to come out and get a hand up in front of his face.
Lee. Largest lead of the afternoon. 14-point Jayhawk margin. Inside, and the foul is going to be against Paget.
Boy, Michael Lee is just one of those solid ball players. Does everything well.
Second foul on Paget. Third team foul on the Jayhawks. By the way, for Wayne Simeon, another double-double. 11 points, or 12 points, and 11 rebounds.
He averages 19 points a game in this building. Likes to play at home, has struggled a couple times on the road.
I want to remind you of something. The first time we did him, he was a freshman. Yeah. Wake Forest was in here. He played limited minutes, and he had a double-double his very first outing here.
I remember it well. And the fans were happy.
Yeah.
The local one. Stayed in his home state to play. Leavenworth, Kansas, not too far away.
The Paget will go to the bench and get a breather. He is really winded. And Jeff Graves will come in replacing him. Ball on the floor, stolen by Emmett. And Emmett, they got number 3 on 1. He'll dish it off in the wing, and Jackson walked. They didn't give a call, and Emmett gets the ball back, and he'll kiss it off the glass. And there is his average per ball game.
It wasn't a textbook 3-on-1, but it finally went in the basket.
Jeff Graves blocked inside. Great job by Giles. And we have a whistle, and the foul is going to be called on Mikey Marshall.
Wow, that's interesting. I thought Marshall just hit the ball up the floor. I mean, there was no control of the ball, was there?
I didn't think there was, John.
They collided, in which, how do you pick out which guy to do the foul to?
Well, Coach Knight is up with his hands on his hips.
But, you know, the ball's out on the floor, both guys going. I thought Marshall just kind of knocked it ahead. 3. Penetration and the kick by Miles right on the money.
Josh Washington against Graves, and Graves will pick up the foul. That's going to be number 3 on him.
How about Josh Washington, the minutes he has given this ball club? He only had 14 total points in conference play coming into this afternoon.
Well, he's got 6 today, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And I mean, you got a situation where Ross has not scored.
Washington had a couple ball games late in December at 12 points against Sam Houston State, and then 13 against Iowa a long time ago. Been solid this afternoon.
Well, he's now in double figures. That gives him 10. 3 of 4 from the field.
We often talk about a supporting cast, and around Andre Emmett, the nice thing for Bobby Knight, there have been enough different players to step out on different afternoons or nights and play well.
Miles out of control, lost it. Here's Emmett. Josh Washington slapping his hands together, saying, hey, I feel it. He walked. The ball wouldn't go. Touch last by Texas Tech, by Mikey Marshall.
Well, he felt it, but Washington still has to move the ball. I mean, you've still got to let your best player get a touch.
So we'll take a timeout. Aaron Miles doing it both in the scoring department and also assists.
They did it! Points, 3 assists in the last 5 possessions, gives him 5 on the game, and watch the burst of speed. You attack. If he doesn't have a layup, you pitch it out. Target practice for teammates.
And you know, John will give you the individuals in just a moment, but Kansas very close to having all 5 starters in double figures. Paget, skip pass, gets it back out to Miles. That's for 3, and it wouldn't go. Emmett will come away with the rebound.
Good ball moving. Pacing on the offensive end.
Emmett now with his 6th rebound to go with 22 points.
Looks like a box and 1. They're going to shadow Andre Emmett. All you do is come off screens, keep moving, you'll get your shots. Nobody blocking out Giles. I'll tell you what. Giles is very active around the rim. He really attacks that offensive glass.
He's done a nice job for the Red Raiders this year. Foul is on Lee, his first. And that is the 5th team foul in the second half here on the Jayhawks.
You know, Giles played his junior college ball not too far from here, down in Liberal, Kansas. Community College.
Andre Emmett with the turnover. That's only 5 turnovers against the Red Raiders. And, John, we commented at halftime they had 4. 3 of those came very early.
Yeah, very early in their first few possessions.
So it's the first one of the second half. Nice step back. Paget unlucky on that one. He's had a couple here recently to win in and out. The bouncer, boy, that's going to go. They're going to call steps. Oh, boy.
I mean, he got steps because he got nailed. I was just wondering if they were going to count the basket.
Well, those were
turned around and got just
he didn't get called for travel. He got called for staggering after he got hit.
My goodness, he caught the ball. Watch this. He catches. Boom. Yeah, you'll travel maybe after that.
Oh, called for a stagger. 11-point lead inside to Simeon. Ball is knocked away. Giles got a hand in there and bumped it away. Quick pass back to Giles, and Pageant picks up the foul. That's going to be number 3 on Pageant, and he will join Langford and Graves with 3 violations each.
Tech doing a nice job of, at times, Ron, ball faking the perimeter pass and then pounding it right inside, whether it's Emmett coming through, Giles the last couple times down.
Here's the individual scoring, John. 8 for Langford, Simeon with 12, Pageant with 12, 8 for Miles, and 11 for Giddens. There was a timeout. We'll take the break with it. 14-13 left in our game. It is Kansas by 11.
Well, then you will find out.
Hey, isn't that your boyfriend, Tom?
Yeah, but who's that blonde she's with? That lousy timing.
Hello? Yeah, boss. I picked her up at the groomer, just like you asked. Yep, she's looking good, aren't she? What a jerk. Oh, yes. She's a pretty girl, yes.
Another way that the Red Raiders are staying in this ball game. Andre Emmett, he doesn't have a lot of fouls on himself this year.
That's his first personal foul today. He doesn't have like 38 total on the year or something.
That makes it kind of number. Exactly right, John. Lee wouldn't go, but Simeon gets the rebound. And left alone for a moment is Langford. He puts up an air ball.
And just kind of came into the game and didn't get into anything offensively. Take another couple dribbles, get in the paint. That's where he usually hits. And I think we're seeing this zone defense because of the way Texas guarded Andre Emmett in that win in Lubbock.
Washington couldn't get it to go. Puts it on the floor, and the ball is going to be turned over by Texas Tech.
Giles has to just keep working. He had a chance. He got pushed again. He had a chance, a good offensive rebound.
Michael Lee will go to the bench, and Giddens comes back into the lineup for KU. Simeon, double-double for him. 14 points, 13 rebounds.
This is a type of a game and a time in the game where Miles finds a way to create for his teammates.
Moody out high with the screen. But Washington with the switch. Driving to the hoop. It'll be offensive foul against Langford.
Is that number 4?
Yep, that's number 4.
Was that Andre Emmett who took it? The explosiveness of Keith Langford. There's Andre Emmett waiting. They play a similar type game, so they should understand when they go in the air. Might be a guy waiting.
So Emmett, 24 points, only 1 turnover, and he just took a charge. And as far as rebounds, he's got 6 of those. Pretty complete afternoon.
And he's not done, I'm sure.
Back on the wing.
Tell you the fun part about it being on a team with a player like Andre Emmett, everybody's watching everybody else. You can play and have a lot of avenues to score.
Ross trying to steal the ball from Lee. They get it inside quickly to Moody. Back out in the wing. Giddens 3. Boy, that was an ugly one. And now Moody is fouled as he puts up the shot. That one got away from JR a little bit. Well, there's more basketball on the way tonight. 6 o'clock Eastern time. UAB takes on Louisville. Rivalry week presented by Cisco Systems. On ESPN2, it's number 4 Pitt taking on Notre Dame, and that one is in South Bend. Tonight on ESPN and ESPN2. This is that one. Ron Franklin, John Sunville coming to you from Ball Gallon Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas. A lot of snow up here this week.
About 10 to 12 inches on Thursday in Kansas City.
But beautiful sunshine today. And the Jayhawkers think that the sun is shining indoors today as well. It is a 10-point margin with 11:52 left in our ball game. We'll be right back.
They're just auto parts. Does it make a difference what brand they are? Does it matter who installs them? We think so. That's why we use genuine parts, installed by factory-trained technicians. Genuine Ford and Lincoln Mercury parts and service, only at your dealership, where right now you can get the battery designed for your vehicle from $59.95. Genuine parts, genuine service, genuine peace of mind.
Women love chocolate for Valentine's Day.
Russell Stover is America's #1 selling Valentine's chocolate for one simple reason: great taste.
Oh, that's really good. I'm feeling a little guilty for eating it. That's how good.
Every woman loves chocolate, and chocolate loves us.
Flowers, maybe. And chocolate, definitely.
She'll know when she sees the bow that you have great taste. Give Russell Stover with the famous gold bow.
I want some Russell Stovers for my Valentine's gift.
Thanks for loaning me your car.
Hey, no problem. The brakes don't work too good.
What?
The brakes aren't too good.
What?
Hey, you need a muffler.
You need brakes? You need a muffler shop. Come on.
TMS Auto Care takes great care of my car. That's where it is now. TMS Auto Care. You know, the muffler shop. Send a friend.
Catch Fighting Illini women's basketball nightly at 8:30 on Insight Marketplace Channel 2.
Who got game? You got game. Because you have the Fighting Illini Television Network on Insight. Brought to you by Prevention Mouth Rinse, Good Vibes, and Chief Bauer Heating and Air Conditioning.
Down in Houston, Cincinnati, number 10 in the nation, down by 1. Just over a minute and a half to go. And Jason McNeil there for the follow in the flush. And Huggins Bearcats survive 54-51.
So we're back 64-54. Let's take a look at the foul trouble. We still have just under 12 minutes to play. As you see Paget on the bench. Also Langford is on the bench. And both of them have 4. David Paget with 3. Jeff Graves also has 4 fouls.
Well, you take a look at Paget, who has 12 points. Langford has 8, but Paget was so valuable early in the ballgame. Remember the 3 straight jump shots he had on and an offensive weapon.
Here's the amazing thing in the backcourt for Texas Tech. Neither Jackson or Ross, the 2 starting guards, neither has tallied.
Well, like I say, if they don't score, someone else has to step up.
Yeah.
Josh Washington's played well. Giles has played well.
Here's Ross on the outside.
And if you're Ross, you don't have to force it to try to score yourself.
The bouncer to Emmett. And he will not get it to go. Simeon, strong, and it's a strong rebound. Boy, he sent Emmett flying to the floor. Miles looks inside to Simeon. Gets it. And then the skip pass to Lee, back into Moody. Back to Lee. Good ball movement by KU. Gibbons for 3.
Ball fake. One way. Jumps up, knocks it in. Boy, he's got confidence.
He really does. Gibbons now with 14 points. And he's hitting 50%, 5 of 10. And he gets to steal at the other end. Lee pulls up. Simeon with another strong rebound, and the held ball possession arrow says he will stay on this end of the floor.
Yeah, watch the ball movement, the swing. Here's the fake. Doesn't buy the defense too much, but Mikey Marshall didn't get to Giddens soon enough. I'd say they've got to look for Simeon. Mikey Marshall's smaller player on it. Oh, man.
Christian Moody.
That will bring a cheer.
And they're not booing. It's for Moody. Largest lead of the afternoon for the Jayhawks. 69-54. About to go under 10 minutes to play. Giles, Newt, and Simeon with still another rebound. That's 16 for him to go with 14 points. Wow. Simeon, turn around. And what? He can't do much wrong right now. Texas Tech.
Well, a mismatch inside. Marshall's too short. Again, Simeon struggles against bigger guys when he has to go over the top. He can go over the top of Mikey Marshall, but he is a man on that defensive end.
Well, you talk about a superior performance. 16 and 16. That ties a career high in rebounds for Simeon. And, of course, Wayne came up here from Leavenworth, which is just right up the road on the turnpike. Well, Texas Tech against KU. You see the numbers. 108-81 here in 2002. In the Big 12 tournament, a blowout, 40-point win. And last year with Texas Tech, a 65-56 ball
Let me
game.
throw a couple names out there. Heinrich, Collison in 2002, Gooden. There are many. Most people that came into this building against that trio had a hard time leaving with a smile on their face.
Of course, John's not just saying that the team was a good one, but was an awfully good player to go along with Collison and also Heinrich.
Yeah, Gooden left after his junior season. How about those numbers? Woo. When I tell you what, the last 3 or 4 rebounds, he has just snatched them and just held on.
Very, very strong. But the most impressive thing about Wayne Simeon this year is how he has worked on the finesse part of his game. Free throw line. Yep. Also, his moves, both if he reverses or squares from the right side, turning to his right to shoot. Very, very accurate. Doesn't miss a lot.
Kansas stays in a box and one. I mean, 4 guys play a zone in the middle. Giddens will chase. He'll be the one lone defender on Andre Emmett.
Josh Washington, that was a 2, not there. Tomaszek came in off the bench. And
is that Padgett?
If it is, it's 5.
Or did they get Moody?
They got Moody.
Okay. Boy, Moody's been good minutes for Bill Self's club.
In fact, Bill said before the Big Monday game against Missouri at their shoot-around, it's amazing, he said, we use Christian more and more, and it's amazing how much more, not that he didn't work hard at practice anyway, but it is very intense with the workout because he knows he's going to get to contribute. 19 fouls against the Jayhawks. Giddens can't get it. Washington rebound.
That's that going for a knockout punch. Sometimes you'd like to run some clock off, but Giddens had an open look. He knocked in his last 3.
Under 9 minutes to play. 71-54 Kansas. Kansas shot as high as 72% in the first half, but Texas Tech stuck around. Left-hander with the 3, can't get it to go. Mikey Marshall unlucky on that one. And here comes Myers. Lee for 3.
The 2 high school teammates understand where each other is on the whole time. Miles always knew that Lee was in the corner. And when Miles finally got stopped, pitched it right out to his partner.
Emmett blocked from behind, fouled by Lee.
Second personal foul. Lee thought he had a clean one from behind.
Christian Moody goes to the bench. Listen to the round of applause he gets. Become a very popular young man who still doesn't play that many minutes, but as you mentioned, John, he gives him very quality minutes, or he did this afternoon again.
Yep.
Emmett misses that one, so Tech is 17 of 20 from the free throw line. Lee for another 3. Emmett with the rebound at 7 for him to go along with 25 points. Misses on the 3. At the other end, Giddens. What a catch! short. He's got 7 assists now. Andre Emmett turned it over. Boy, they are standing and making a lot of noise here in Lawrence right now. We will take a timeout. Take a look at this pass from Miles. We talked about his ability in the first half. Giddens is right there to just knock it in with his fingertips. Right back.
I'm Jesse James. When it comes in my car, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. I trust the pros at AutoZone for all the stuff I need. If you care enough about your car, get in the zone. AutoZone.
Meanwhile, on the 4th floor...
When?
20 minutes ago.
An internet worm.
And a sneaky one, too. Came from the inside.
But the guys from IT said we're safe.
It was caught by the network, automatically. They say we're fine.
How does something like that get in here?
Hey, Daddy, I downloaded a new game on your computer. It's really cool.
Protecting networks and everyone around them. This is the power of the network. Now.
The passage is intense. But if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
It's just routine auto service. Does it make a difference which brand of parts are used? Does it matter who installs them? We think so. That's why we offer The Works. For just $34.95 or less, you'll get an expert inspection by a factory-trained technician, oil and filter change, tire rotation, and more. Genuine Ford and Lincoln Mercury parts and service, only at your dealership. Genuine parts, genuine service, genuine peace of mind.
I'm Jesse James. A car's not just a way to get from point A to point B. It is the point. That's where the pros at AutoZone can help. They've got the stuff you need to make your car as cool as you want. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Rivalry Week is presented by Cisco Systems. This is the power of the network, now. And in part by genuine Ford and Lincoln Mercury parts and service, only at your dealership.
So we are back, and I'll tell you, Miles, John, he just really has put on a show. But I think, you know, his passing, he's not just good with his passes, he is spectacular. He's got 8 assists in the ball game. So he said in conference play, averaged 10 assists a ball game. I mean, he just finds ways to get it to teammates in where they should score. That's a travel against Wayne Simeon. And you know, the thing about him, it's not that it just happens when against a team that they should beat, he comes up big in big ball games. Yeah. Leadership, and every coach wants a leader like that one. Aaron Miles on the floor. No field goals for Texas Tech in the last 6:35. They have missed their last 7 attempts, and as a result, it's a 13-1 run by KU. The bounce pass kicked by Simeon. They'll get a new 35. 7:14 left to play in the ball game. A lot of controversy surrounding that gentleman this week with the verbal situation between he and the chancellor at the beginning of this week out in Lubbock. Behind the back with the pass. And you know what, Giddens, if he goes, he has a layup. He put it right on the money for a layup. Simeon blocked by Emmett. Well, Pat Knight, sitting just to Coach Knight's right, had an interesting quote after the Tuesday night ball game. And John, I haven't read this too many places, but in the New York Times it says that he maintains that his father is motivated by trying to catch the Dean Smith record, which is 879 wins. And he also said in the interview that he would not be surprised if his father broke the record somewhere else, considering the events of the past few days and also the fact that the chancellor and the president who hired Knight are no longer at Texas Tech. Prior to the ball game this afternoon, I went back in the tunnel and I asked Coach Knight, I said, what about that quote? And he said, Pat said that. I said, what about Bobby Knight? He said, no, Bobby Knight did not say that. But he said it's exactly what Pat says. He's on record. Those are his feelings.
Well, and, you know, and who knows, but I think most of us would be surprised if he's not at Texas Tech.
Well, Curtis Marshall with the drive, and the foul was against Langford. That's going to be number 5 on him. And boy, a round of applause for Langford.
A tough afternoon. You know, he didn't have a lot of minutes. Frustrated, picked up some fouls.
Well, his double-figure streak is over. Although he had 8 to go along with 6 assists, 3 rebounds. His shooting day was not as good as it usually is, only 3 of 7.
Well, you know, one thing for Keith Langford, he draws the tough assignments on the defensive end, and today was a tough one, and he got a couple of ticky-tack fouls, which puts you behind the 8 ball a little bit as a defender when you've got foul problems and you have to sit out and come back in. You're not in the flow. I'm sure he will be ready Monday night when they travel down to Stillwater. It's going to be some kind of game.
Eddie Sutton and his staff has done a really nice job with that ball club.
They won in Ames today by over 20.
And convincingly. That's the thing. And we know how that Iowa State club has improved and how tough they play at home. Young John Lucas has made a heck of a difference, but also the guy steering that ship has been there, done that a few times. And Eddie Sutton showing that he can be a great architect and put together some really outstanding teams.
Well, John Lucas has been good for Oklahoma State, and Eddie Sutton, Oklahoma State, have been good for John Lucas. There's no doubt.
You're right. Good point, John. It's a two-way street there. You know, John, the respect in this building for when a KU player is shooting a free throw is unbelievable. But that would scare, that would intimidate me. It is too quiet. I'm afraid to talk to you. You're on the 18th green. I missed that.
Yeah, I would prefer, if I was shooting free throws, to have some kind of noise.
Andre Emmett will have to be on any one of 3 people. And it's going to be Giddens if they will call the foul on. Second one on him. And, of course, Tech already in the double bonus. Well, now let's take a look at our Cisco Systems game track. Fast break points, none for Texas Tech. Andre Emmett, 25 and 7 for him today. Kansas, 20 fast break points. Wayne Simeon, 18 points and 16 rebounds.
You know, we have 6 minutes left. Simeon has a chance to 20-20. Some kind of afternoon.
2020. Shame this game's not on ABC, huh? About to go under 6 to play. Paget. Stuck in by Simeon. Is that ball not over the cylinder?
I don't know, but give him another rebound, another 2 points. There's the 20 points. Yeah, working from the weak side, you'll see Wayne Simeon kind of come in, move everybody back. Right outside the cylinder. And
you're right.
You got to put a body on him.
And you better put a big body on him.
He's really been aggressive the second half, Simeon. On both ends.
Pageant for 3. Barely drew iron on that one. So Curtis Marshall came away with it.
That was his first three-point attempt.
Emmett double team. Lee is there to pick his pocket. Miles, what an assist again. And look at Miles. Look at the smile on his face. Spectacular. You think he just had a Sheridan's frozen custard.
You know what? I'm always impressed. A guy makes a pass, but the teammate has to catch it and finish. I mean, Paget's running full speed.
But Miles wasn't even on the floor. He was in the air. That's what made it so superior.
All 6'11" of David Padgett running the floor, and he'll catch and finish. And watch this thing. Talk about vision. This is perfect. In one motion. Oh, that's beautiful. Fun to watch.
That is really pretty. Daryl Dora is called over to talk with the head coach. Andre Emmett will come out. 4:52 left. I'm sure we will see him again, but the numbers on him, 29 points to go along with 8 rebounds. He's 8 of 20 from the field, 13 of 15 at the free throw line.
We may not see him again.
No, you're right. Miles comes out, and look at this standing ovation. What a ball game.
Really a treat to watch when he runs this club.
I'll tell you, with Emmett going out at one end and Miles at the other, I feel like giving both of them myself a standing ovation. 2 youngsters really put on a show. Now the hand for Simeon. 17 rebounds, 22 points. White back in the lineup, number 33. Too hard off the back iron on that one. The ball tipped, and the foul, I believe, or did he just call it? That's going to be against 32, Curtis Marshall. .22 and 17, 8 of 13, and of course career high as far as rebounds.
Pretty good day at the office, huh? Go out, get some work done. Sit next to his teammate Miles there, who, you know what, if you run the floor and get position, the ball's going to be there. And it's usually delivered where you can shoot it quickly.
Giles pumps, knocks it off the glass, and now what do we get? Case is the one who is called for the foul.
I think Bobby Knight's not happy the fact he thought Graves was over the back right there. And Giles' ability to stay with it, finish the play, 3-point play.
Jeremy Case in the lineup. His dad, is the coach at Oklahoma City University, and he played college basketball with Bill. Going to be 5 fouls on Giles.
Over the top, and when you're this far out of position, almost a little bit of a frustration foul from Giles.
15 points, 5 rebounds.
Solid effort this afternoon, no doubt about it.
Coach Knight still standing and visiting with Giles and tried to make some coaching points to him before he sits. Padgett.
Padgett shoots a very straight shot. I mean, there's not much arc to it, which will make you inconsistent at times from the foul line.
What you're talking about, but he got the good shooter's roll right there. He will go to the bench. That'll be all for him. 16 points for Padgett to go along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And again, Christian Moody will come back into the lineup for KU. Right underneath. Marshall missed that one, gets the ball back. He scores. He'll go back to the line.
Marshall has not played many minutes this season. He's getting a few this afternoon.
And he misses an opportunity for the 3-point play.
Well, we've talked about the stretch of games for Texas Tech. You know, they come here and then they will travel to Norman, Oklahoma, where Calvin Sampson has the Sooners playing much better the last couple weeks.
18 points for Giddens now. Well, coming up next, Rivalry Week continues, presented by Cisco Systems. UAB will take out Louisville. That coming up next.
UAB might be the surprise. They are the surprise. Conference USA, they are 6-1 in the league, 13-5 overall. Mike Anderson doing a great job. I mean, they're the team that everybody's looking at like, well, how did they get to that position? But
good to see good things happen.
You bet. You bet.
He paid his dues, spent a long time at Arkansas. Very faithful servant there, and now has moved on over to his own head coaching job. Kansas 88, Texas Tech 67. All a matter of getting the final into the record books. We'll be right back.
It's just routine auto service. Does it make a difference which brand of parts are used? Does it matter who installs them? We think so. That's why we offer the works. For just $34.95 or less, you'll get an expert inspection by a factory-trained technician, oil and filter change, tire rotation, and more. Genuine Ford and Lincoln Mercury parts and service, only at your dealership. Genuine parts, genuine service, genuine peace of mind.
Not long ago, Gary Doyle sat right here and got a range of auto insurance quotes. From a discount place to Allstate. This is a commercial. You could probably guess the outcome. Allstate had the best price for Gary. In fact, nearly 7 out of 10 drivers who switched to Allstate saved an average of $200 a year. Quality auto insurance should be affordable. That's Allstate's stand. Are you in good hands?
What are we gonna do tonight? Hey, let's go clubbing.
Oh, yeah! Get into Taco Bell for our exclusive Club Chalupa. A classic club mix of crisp bacon and marinated grilled all-white meat chicken. Spun into our very own crispy, chewy chalupa shell for fresh club taste worth sinking your teeth into. To get into Club Chalupa, you gotta think outside the bun.
One flat rate, right?
Yep.
LA, please. Hey, do you want to be friends? You seem a little tense. Do you mind if we stop and see the Grand Canyon? I can smell the ocean.
Flat rate pricing. Bad idea for taxis. Good idea for online trading. At Ameritrade, you pay one flat rate of $10.99 for all internet equity trades. Sign up now and trade commission-free for 5 weeks. Plus, get our 5-second guarantee. Go to ameritrade.com/TV/ or call 866-373-0622.
Bruce Davis with you in the studio. Bob Knight's old stomping grounds in Bloomington. The Hoosiers have been down 45-35, and this would cap a 12-0 run. George Leach inside as Indiana goes on top of Iowa. They're now going back and forth now. You see the three-pointer coming up from the Hawkeyes. They've regained the lead now, 50-48, still about halfway through the second half.
So we're back 88-67, just under 3.5 minutes to play. Graves fouled in the play.
Vishal, I'm in the TV. Ah.
Well, Jeff Graves getting some minutes here at the end. He's kind of had a slow afternoon. Foul troubles again.
Mikey Marshall with a jump hook. Couldn't get it to go. Moody out on the wing to Hawkins.
What a game coming up to Monday night. This Kansas team travels to Oklahoma State. Bill Self going back to where he played his college basketball. He has not seen Gallagher Iba when it raised the roof. He's never been back.
Moody got the freebie after he got that loose ball and then got fouled.
Christian Moody, I believe, on a career high. His previous high was 4 points. You know, we saw him play well when he was in Colorado.
Nash is going to check into the lineup. Also Omar Wilkes, number 2, the freshman from Los Angeles. Big hand for Graves and a huge hand for Lee as well.
Omar Wilkes, the son of Jamal Wilkes.
Yep.
Former UCLA great pro player.
In fact, if you look closely, under Jamal's jersey, he wears his dad's old practice jersey. Moody too strong in that one. Stolen by Case. Got Hawkins on the wing, but he'll take it the distance, and he missed it. Nash with the follow, couldn't get it. And he'll bring it back out and set it up. Wilkes scores his 2.
They say he's a heck of a shooter. Good way to finish right there.
He is very popular with the students, and boy, they stood up and cheered when he got his first 2. 3-pointer on the way, and that one goes down for Darryl Dora, the freshman out of Gonzales, Texas. Hawkins. Moody with the tip.
Teammates love that from the sideline, too. They know how hard guys work in practice to be rewarded.
Well, coming up at 6:07, that's the tip time. UAB will take on Louisville. It's in Freedom Hall. Bob Carpenter, Jimmy Dykes standing by. That at 6:07 Eastern time. Our situation 96-70. It is amazing not only the record that Kansas has against Texas Tech, but how they have come up with blowout situations over this Red Raider ball club.
Well, playing well, especially here. You look at 2002 and in the Big 12 tourney. Last year at Texas Tech, much closer game. But we mentioned before, I think those teams in the past were just dynamite. We mentioned Collison, Heinrich, and Gooden. This year's Kansas team, not as powerful as that one, but they're awfully good. And in this building, they're outstanding.
Curtis Marshall with the quick turnaround jumper. Number 55, Mulai Nguyen. In the lineup for KU. Well, almost threw it away. Of extending that streak and the Big 12 Conference.
Last loss was Iowa State. Jamal Tinsley, Cantrell Horton. Those guys did some damage for a couple of years. Won 2 Big 12 championships.
Wilkes picked up that last 5.
We mentioned Kansas will travel Monday to Stillwater, and Texas Tech has to go on Wednesday. They go down to Norman. Again, not an easy place.
No, doesn't get easier. Vinson will come into the lineup. Bob will come into the lineup, number 21.
And then we have them a week from Wednesday when Tech goes out to Colorado. Boulder, a tough place to play.
Olsen also into the lineup. So we've got some guys that normally don't get playing time, John, in for the last 60 seconds.
And the crowd would love to see the point total get to 100, which is always a favorite.
Well, the mystery pass to the mystery player. Under a minute to play. Kansas about to go 7-1 in conference play. Texas Tech will go 5-3. Wilkes skies for the rebound. Nguyen. Nope. Ball tipped over, and here's Marshall again.
Solid win. Kansas looked really good. You know, they shot it so well early, and Tech hung around, led by Andre Emmett. But I thought it was Aaron Miles and Wayne Simeon that second half. Boy, did they put on a show.
Well, I told you during the timeout, I really think instead of scoring, I'd rather see Miles with his passes, just see a string of them, because he is really entertaining. In fact, you'll see some of that in the postgame extra on ESPN News. Seven seconds down to 6. Also, the Indian of an error here today. Howard Hill, the public address announcer for 21 years, calling it quits here at Lawrence, Kansas. Went to Kansas State, but he's been here for 21 years, and he's calling it quits. Coach Knight shakes hands with Bill Self. Final score, Texas Tech loses 96-77. And now for John Sunbolt, I'm Ron Franklin. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now let's go back to the studio, and here is Reese Davis. Reese?
All right, Ron, impressive performance for Kansas, and Louisville hoping for an impressive performance from Francisco Garcia. Back in the lineup for the Cardinals as they get set to take on CUSA leading UAB.
Been to Monocle's lately? Come on in.
Hey, guys. Out tearing up the hill? I could show you a few moves.
Later, Tommy. All I can think about right now is Monocle's pizza.
Me too. Pizza's my life.
Monocle's. Good friends, good pizza, and a warm place to enjoy them.
Nothing beats the hometown taste. Monocle's.
Sullivan Park Hill in Champaign.
Car wash.
They're not used to two-game losing streaks around here. Rivalry week presented by Cisco Systems continues. We've got some Conference USA hoops for you tonight. The Louisville Cardinals have lost their last 2 conference games, and Mike Anderson's UAB Blazers are 6-1 thanks to a favorable schedule and some high-pressure defense that they're playing so far. Francisco Garcia expected to get some time tonight coming back from that ankle injury. He has not played 2 of the last 3 games, and neither has Taekwon Dean, the outstanding guard. So Jimmy Dykes, Rick Pitino's got some adjustments to make.
Well, both these guys are key components of this ball club, Bob, especially tonight, because UAB, they're going to press 94 feet for 40 minutes. That's not only 2 of your primary scorers, but 2 of your better ball handlers. Has to be a concern for Rick Pitino. They did both partial practice the last 2 days. The number of minutes will be dictated by the flow of this ball game.
Bob Carpenter alongside here at Freedom Hall in Louisville. Rick Hartzell ready to toss that basketball up. The Cardinals are in their home whites, trimmed in cardinal red and black, and the UAB Blazers out of Birmingham with an overall mark of 13-5 in their road green and gold. And here we go into the hands of Brandon Jenkins. He had Luke Whitehead out on top, but Whitehead will go down low. He's one of the best rebounders in this league.
UAB's defense is disruptive, and it's also non-predictable. They'll run and jump in the half court. They'll double up on the ball. Very similar to what Nolan Richardson did at Arkansas all those years. Mike Anderson has brought it to UAB.
Look at all the hands in there. O'Bannon there, barely able to keep it. A little bit short. Nate Daniels on the 3. Cardinals get it back. This one's O'Bannon. And another rebound. Luke Whitehead. O'Bannon again.
Can't give them that many three-point looks. This is a club Louisville averaging 24 points a game from the three-point line. Not hesitant on the trigger.
He shot so many threes, the net got hung up in the rim. Mike Anderson, the former Tulsa player, and Richardson, assistant at Arkansas. Keep an eye on DeMario Edmonds, a 6'7" sophomore forward. He's a Chicago street ball slasher who can really score. Now some Cardinal pressure as well. It's not like they don't know anything about full court defense in this building.
You know, both clubs, as we prepare for them and break them down on film, they really mirror each other. In fact, they like to press, they like the up-tempo, they gamble defensively, and they both will shoot that 3 ball quickly.
Great box out, Luke Whitehead. He had Sidney Ball on his back. Whitehead had 14 rebounds with 17 points when the Cardinals beat the Blazers in the Conference USA Championship game on this floor last March. UAB had beaten Charlotte, Marquette, and St. Louis to make it to the final.
The biggest concern for UAB, talking to Mike Anderson, is their ability to rebound the basketball.
How about Kendall Dartez? That's a 6'10 guy putting it on the floor. Quick transition to Mario Edens at the other end, drawing a Louisville foul.
Bob, without Dean and Garcia on the floor, guys like Dartez have to be more aggressive attacking the rim, and that's been a point of emphasis for Rick Pitino the last couple days in practice, and that time you saw Dartez catch it in 2 bounces, covered about 19 feet.
Squeaky Johnson running the point, penetrating. Right side, Mo Finley. A little long, back iron, and Luke Whitehead is going to have a handful of rebounds here in a second. He's got 3 already. O'Bannon had that ball knocked away from him. Cardinals will throw it in.
Boy, it's a real luxury when a rebounder like Luke Whitehead, Bob, can rebound the ball and then bring it. They don't waste time with the outlet pass when he snatches it off the glass.
Drawing some double teaming in that corner and clears it for O'Bannon. Brandon Jenkins, a 6'3 freshman, McDonald's All-American at Southeastern High School in Detroit last year. Upper, whiteier screen. He's the guy that starts it at the point. Down it goes. That's a 3 ball for Nate Daniels. He was a JC All-American.
In Louisville, 24 points a game is what they average from the 3-point line. They've already have 9 in this ball game.
Mo Finley penetrating. Losing the handle. He was blocked but fouled, according to Rick Hartzell at the same time. And Rick Pitino, wearing his sneakers on the other side, went dancing down the sideline to dispute that call. How about a little Armani with Adidas going today here at Finley?
But he's got the stripes lined up on the shoes and the suit. Only Rick Pitino could pull that off. Something you don't see a lot out of Mo Finley is getting to the free throw stripe, Bob. He's only taken 22 free throw attempts in 350 minutes. So that tells you about his game right there. He is a catch and shoot, quick trigger guy.
Coaches helping to fight cancer with their sneakers today. Both free throws down for Mo Finley. In conjunction with the NABC. Many Division I coaches are wearing them today to promote awareness and help generate money to fight cancer. Coaches versus Cancer has been a wonderful cause for many years, and today the guys have their sneakers on to do it, and we salute them. O'Bannon kicks it, right side Daniels. They got a Louisville foul on Kendall Dartez.
UAB, a club that can't turn rebounding today into a jumping contest because they go 6'6", 6'7", 6'7" across the front line.
Rick in the ear of Kevin Mathis, who blew that whistle. J.B. Caldwell, the other official. Rick Hartzell at the helm of this crew today in Conference USA. Had some interesting games in this league already today. Finley penetrating, creating his own shot, and he drills it. That's a deuce for UAB's 10th all-time leading scorer. Well over 1,300 points, Mo Finley.
Can almost describe him as a poor man's version of Jameer Nelson. And what an outing they had today. This Finley kid is undersized, can get his own look, Bob, and a terrific 3-point shooter.
Kennedy gets tied up with Luke Whitehead. The possession arrow belongs to UAB.
Like every guy I see on the college level that's a consistent 3-point shooter, has great balance. Watch where he takes off from and watch where he lands. Not more than 2 or 3 inch difference in this puppy once he goes up and comes back down. Only 5'10", has great elevation on his jump shot.
The guy in white, middle of your screen, is Francisco Garcia, who just checked in to a great ovation, playing with a bad ankle. We'll see how many minutes he can get today. Tough entry pass. It got there. Kennedy right to the rack. And Gabe Kennedy employs his power game right there.
He's the inside scorer that Mike Anderson didn't have last year at UAB.
Here's Garcia in transition. That's goaltending. Counted for Francisco on the Sidney Ball goaltending. Now Taekwon Dean is into the game for Louisville with Otis George, and the crowd loves it at Freedom Hall.
If you're a U of L fan, when 32 and 5 check in, you feel a lot better.
Sidney Ball making the Blazer fans feel pretty good with that free ball. He's shooting 37% out there. That's a 6'6" senior swingman.
UAB will press until you show the ability to shoot layups against them or get UAB in foul trouble.
Garcia for 3. 5 in a row for Francisco. Oh, and Taekwon Dean almost had a steal on that lob inbounds pass. 13-9 Louisville. They led 8-0. Squeaky Johnson for 3. Both teams shooting beautifully early here.
Johnson, a great compliment to Mo Finley in that backcourt, Bobby. 39 assists, only 5 turnovers in conference play. He's going to make 2 out of his 4 shots. He takes the ball game. Don't dare him to shoot it.
Luke Whitehead not to be denied. Got his own rebound. He's averaging 9 boards a game. And he's already got 4 today. 15-12 Louisville.
Exactly the style, though, that UAB wants to play. They have 9 or 10 guys that average between 11 minutes and 23 minutes a ball game. They will throw numbers at you.
At this pace, the final score will be 120 to 108. Can we keep it up? Looks like Squeaky Johnson with a foul after the missed shot. First media timeout comes almost 5 minutes in. Welcome back, Francisco. A deuce and a 3, and the Cards by 3.
Big Monday, presented by Bud Light, every week on ESPN.
Hey guys, meet the new guy.
Hi, I'm Bob Holtkamp.
Hey, help yourself to some snacks.
Speaking of which, you know what would taste good about now?
Yeah, a big, hot and juicy cheeseburger.
With everything.
I can almost taste it.
Telling me, if there were a place to get a hamburger that good this late, I'd not only drive, I'd buy.
Really?
Wendy's classic hamburgers are made fresh, so they're always hot and juicy, so you can eat great even late.
You must be the new guy.
Yeah, thanks.
Wendy's, it's better here.
Dear Bill, I'm traveling widely. I've been to the Caribbean. And would you believe it, I've been cliff diving in Mexico. Now I'm in Le Quebec. Bonjour, as they say. I'm something of a cheese connoisseur. I do enjoy a stinky cheese. A pungent, ghastly, stinky piece of cheese. Well, cheerio, roaming gnome. Book with Travelocity. Don't forget your hat.
Rhythm, grace, and debonair from one man. No, rubber band man, get down
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Rivalry Week is presented by Cisco Systems. This is the power of the network now. And in part by Schick Quattro. 4 blades and 2 conditioning strips for an incredibly close shave.
Louisville by 3 early. Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems. Freedom Hall in Louisville. We always love coming here. It's one of the great places to watch a hoops game. Bob Carpenter, Jimmy Dykes. This does not look like the same team that hit 5 out of 34 threes against Marquette.
It doesn't. You know, Louisville's off to a great start shooting a 3-point ball in this ball game. And look at these two teams, Bob. They mirror each other points per game. But look how they go about it. UAB a little bit more effective with the 2-point shots. Louisville, again, averages 24 points a game off the 3-point shot. And that graphic right there will tell you that UAB, they like to steal and shoot layups in transition. Louisville, maybe a little bit better in the half court. How about this? UAB in conference play, only 25% from the 3-point line is what they give up. Louisville exploiting it right now.
And of course, UAB averaging 12 steals a game, second in all of college basketball. Taekwon Dean the miss. Did you see what Denny Crum did against the Presto there? He had 6'7" Francisco Garcia bringing the ball up the floor. He can see over a few of those Blazers. Kennedy just inside the arc. Tough man-to-man pressure defense by the Cards.
Partner Denny Crum is still calling out.
Did I say Denny?
We got a radio going from some of Stan's to Rick Pitino's ear. But I'm with you, man.
You know what? I've been doing games in this building since 1978. Hard to forget him sometimes.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, if Denny Crum had Francisco Garcia, he might still be here. 2 on Nate Daniels on that Louisville foul. And knocking that one down, Gabe Kennedy. This is third of the game. Denny is here.
I think he signaled down. Garcia, bring it up.
Rick said that's good enough for me, Coach. Denny Crum, 675 wins, 6 Final Fours, national titles in 1980 and 86.
Bob, for UAB, it boils down to a game of possessions. Now, let me explain that. They get out-rebounded by 5 a ball game, but their philosophy is to make up for it with a +7 turnover margin. So we're going to keep an eye on the rebounding numbers for UAB and the turnover margin in this ball game.
Whitehead in trouble. Nearly a 5-second call. But the UAB bench thought they had one. Garcia tipped away. Gabe Kennedy. They'll leave it for Squeaky Johnson, then they'll get the half-court offense going. A quick trigger. Donnell Taylor missing. Donnell and his brother Ronell, the twins who came to the UAB program from Okaloosa Walton Community College in Florida. And Rick Pitino will take a timeout here. Well, how about the full day we've had on ESPN and the Deuce today? We'll conclude at 7 Eastern tonight. Over on the Deuce, Julius Page and the Panthers take on Chris Thomas and the Fighting Irish in South Bend. It's all part of Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems. You can log on to ESPN.com for more.
Well, there's a reason, in my opinion, why UAB is sitting there at 6-1. I think they've had the easier schedule maybe throughout Conference USA. Memphis with a win today, Cincinnati with a win on the road, Louisville sitting there at 6-2. And it's amazing to me, UAB, their crossover games. They'll play Tulane twice, East Carolina twice, and South Florida twice. Okay? Not the most difficult schedule in Conference USA. Louisville, on the other hand, they'll play Cincinnati twice, Marquette twice, and Memphis twice. That's why this game is huge for UAB today if they can win on the road.
And we got to be honest, it's one of the reasons that over the years, guys like Bob Huggins, John Calipari, and others have been unhappy about some of the scheduling aspects that come into play when you have a 14-team league. Yep. It's not easy to do, and somebody always gets it tougher than somebody else. D'Artez, way short. Squeaky Johnson, transition. Kennedy can't make the layup. Second chance, and Gabe's got it, and that's a half dozen for the 6'9" senior out of Camden, Alabama. And UAB, after trailing 8-0, goes on top.
I think in this ball game for both clubs, Bob, you lock down and you defend the first 2 or 3 passes. That's how quickly this ball game's going right now.
Taekwon Dean couldn't get an angle for the shot. Luke Whitehead, the last one to touch that. Louisville worked a nice give and go, but Taekwon found himself underneath against all the big guys. Rick Pitino has just checked in Brandon Jenkins, and it looks like Alhaji Muhammad will step in as well.
Next 3 ball games for Louisville, at Charlotte, at TCU, and at Cincinnati. As in any conference, you've got to hold your serve during those home games and try to win about half of them on the road. Count the passes. It may be more than 3 or 4 by his team in green.
Entry pass, Donnell Taylor. Kennedy again. Way upstairs. What a rebound and a follow by DeMario Edens. I told you he's a Chicago kid. And if he keeps up his current pace, he could end up his career as the all-time leading UAB scorer.
Kid is really a slasher, and he's a slasher with and without the basketball. That's what makes him a good offensive rebounder.
D'Artez gets an offensive rebound and gets fouled. That's going to be number 2 on Squeaky Johnson.
Bob, DeMario Edens is a versatile kid, so you've got to get a versatile defender on him. He can go out to the perimeter, but then attack the rim on the shot. So as a result, you have to have a guy that can defend him on the perimeter when the shot's taken, get a body on him, because again, he will slash to the front of that rim with those surprise quick shots of UAB.
D'Artez at the line. Last year, DeMario Edens set a UAB freshman scoring record with 349 points. He averaged 10 a game. And this year, he's had 7 double-figure games, averaging right around 9 or 10. And they have so much depth on this club. Some of their frontline guys, they only play 23, 24 minutes. Right now, Mo Finley is playing 8 minutes a game less than he played last year. That's Marcus Lewis, who just checked in.
It's just all about energy and fresh bodies, though, on the floor for Mike Anderson and his philosophy. Now they've won 13 ball games so far this year.
Donnell Taylor, what a look, great look. What a block. It was Garcia from behind. Marcus Lewis was ready to knock that thing in. Here's Whitehead with a runner. D'Artez, offensive rebound. A half dozen for Kendall.
11 rebounds so far for Louisville, and that's the concern for UAB. Can they match him on the boards?
2-on-none. I like their chances of scoring. Donnell Taylor had Marcus Lewis standing about 20 feet in front of him and just took it in himself.
Bob, it's interesting to note the teams that have had success against UAB have been able to make it a half-court game. Can Louisville do that? Probably, but that is not their strength. They don't have that inside control the line of scrimmage mentality that I look for.
We're going to call a goaltending basket interference call there. It'll be a Louisville basket. Mike Anderson, he's got the pace he likes right now, down by 1 with that basket.
Meanwhile, in Dad's office.
I'll be right back, honey.
Defending the network from human nature. This is the power of the network. Now.
And cash or credit. Hey, bank 1.
I'm just really into whales.
I love fish sticks.
Find the card that fits you best.
Oh, she's so cute.
Bank One. Individual answers.
Women love chocolate for Valentine's Day.
Russell Stover is America's #1 selling Valentine's chocolate for one simple reason. Great taste.
That is unbelievable chocolate.
Dynamite.
That is great. Wonderful.
Now that's chocolate.
She'll know when she sees the bow that you have great taste. Give Russell Stover with the famous gold bow.
I would love some Russell Stovers for Valentine's Day.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Pushing myself to the limit is what this is all about. And I need antiperspirants that can keep up. That's why I use High Endurance Clear Gel. Try it. If you don't like it, Old Spice will buy you a stick of something else. A clear gel that strong? I'm there. Old Spice High Endurance Clear Gel.
And cash or credit. Hey, bank 1. Bank 1. Seriously, I've seen these all day. It's like a revolving door. Bank 1, bank 1. I'm going to be sleeping. Bank 1. Oh, Helen, another bank 1. You're right. I owe you lunch. Is that you?
Find the card that fits you best. Bank One. Individual answers.
We have had 1 turnover total in this game so far, with 2 clubs that love to get after people.
Yeah, look at UAB, Bob. They scramble defensively, but what that does, look at the eyes or the heads right now, the guys in green. Everybody's looking at the rim. So as a result, Darquez comes in and just cleans it up over the top of them. And I do not like clubs when the shot's taken, they get rim focused. You better get jersey focused and get a body on someone. If not, you're going to drop down that rebounding department even more than 10-7.
And with Luke Whitehead leading the way, they've got the rebounding advantage right now. This will be a turnover. That'll be the first by UAB. Luke Whitehead has a couple of points and 5 rebounds already.
How important is rebounding? Only 4 teams currently ranked in the top 25 are being out-rebounded on the year. So 21 of them are doing it right.
Every one of them should call Tom Izzo and get that drill. Put on the pads and the helmets and get after each other.
I talked to Tom Izzo this week. He said, you know what? I'm chunking my philosophy about rebounding and defending. I'm becoming an offensive-minded coach. Did you see how well they shot the ball today?
73%.
He's not kidding me.
They shot 73% today on the road at Ohio State. Then here on ESPN, we saw St. Joe's take care of LaSalle. Then we saw Kansas blow out Texas Tech again. Another Louisville offensive rebound. 6 for Whitehead today. And Mo Finley wins that ball. His pass never made it to Donnell Taylor.
Well, great reaction, though, defensively by number 11, Brandon Jenkins. Running in transition. Get the ball up and stop it.
Wow, Tess again! Somebody find this guy.
And he just has a free run at the rim anytime he wants right now.
Cards by 23. At the other end, O'Bannon upstairs to block it. Here come the Cards, 5 on 3. Wow. Speaking of running and jumping.
UAB now zone. They'll play about 30 minutes a man when they're in rhythm in about 10 minutes of zone, and here's a good look at it.
And they've got two different zones, a regular zone plus a matchup. And I asked Mike Anderson today, how do you teach your kids that many different defenses? He said, hey, we just work hard on it.
Bob, watch Gartez right here, number one, at the top of the key. Again, no one gets a body on him. She has a free run at the rim. Now, you can't give anyone a free run at the rim, especially a guy that gets one rebound every 4 minutes he's on the floor. Right now, he's putting the proverbial knot on the head of UAB. Boy, quick reaction off the feet right there by Larry O'Bannon, a guy that's primarily on the floor to defend and hit open shots.
Gartez, 8 points, 3 rebounds already. I think all of them are at the offensive end. Luke Whitehead goes to the rack, and he will shoot a couple. NHL All-Star Weekend kicks off tonight. First at 8 Eastern, the best of the future. The league's top young talent compete in a pickup game, conference versus conference. And then, of course, we've got the NBA special on Sunday, 3 Eastern. It's the Sonics and the Trail Blazers.
Tell you what, Luke Whitehead at that free throw stripe has made himself into a very good college basketball player, Bob. Only 6'6", close to 9 rebounds a game, leads the club 31 minutes a ball game, can handle pressure. If you can't match up with him at the 4 spot, he can do a lot of damage to you.
Passing lane, it's O'Bannon to the glass, and he draws a blocking foul. That'll be on Brandon Tobias, who just checked in.
Louisville not afraid to force the action themselves, especially in this building. Completely different squad than what we watched Wednesday night at Memphis. They're aggressive. They've got their full-court active hands going. As a result, they're getting turnovers and taking them down and converting points off of them. Club that they're at their best in this building in the attack mode.
Larry O'Bannon, 4 points. It's rivalry week presented by Cisco Systems and at Freedom Hall in Louisville. Now in its 48th year. Bob Carpenter, Jimmy Dykes, they've drawn over 10 million people to this building to watch the Cardinals play basketball over that time. And they've won 584 games, losing only 123. This old place is still a fantastic one in which to watch college hoops. In fact, my partner saw a pretty good game in here as a Razorback a long time ago. You guys took care of the Irish here one day.
Yeah, I was coaching at Kentucky, actually, as an assistant with Eddie Sutton, and come over here and play once a year. Bigger than the guys had us down about 7 or 8 and a half, and we came back and got it. You see how good look how good Louisville is attacking the ball. Just a lot of touches defensively is what both clubs talk about. I like how Louisville right now, Bob, when the team in green takes the ball towards the rim, boom, they attack back. They don't take the aggression. They attack back defensively.
Sidney Ball on that foul. Penetration by O'Bannon. Right side Garcia, bad angle. And the rebound pulled down by Gabe Kennedy.
Tough for a right-handed shooter to shoot from behind the backboard on the right side. Could have made the shot probably on the other side of the floor.
Shot fake, ball. Kennedy stripped of the ball. Against Otis George going up. Otis had a touch. Loose ball. Here come the Cards. Man open. Whitehead right side. That one too tall for him. And then deflected by Sidney Ball. I'll tell you, folks, we've got 2 bunches of college kids here playing hard. Both the guys from Birmingham and the guys from the Ville here at Freedom Hall.
You knew Louisville would bring the effort this afternoon and nothing else, coming off of back-to-back losses, and same way with Mike Anderson's squad. They've had an entire week to prepare for this ball game, much like Marquette did last week.
Cisco Garcia gets a breather. Nate Daniels back in. And Taekwon Dean getting some playing time here. Hasn't scored yet. He's being guarded by Tony Johnson of UAB.
The 2-3 zone will at times take the shape of a 1-1-3.
I think UAB will let Otis George shoot that one all day. Under the 9-minute mark, Louisville by 6, not for long. Wow. And to Mario Edens. Mark Finley, check it. 6 points for Mo Finley now.
See Louisville attacking the elbow area, and then they fan the ball to the weak side. And result, open 3-point shot for Dean.
Taekwon with his first basket of the day. He's shooting mid-40s beyond the arc this year. That three ball in for Sidney Ball, and he's got a couple of trades.
Well, he's an effort guy. Normally his role is to out-effort the other four-man on the floor, and he also jumps up and knocks down a couple of threes a ball game on you. Again, Louisville attacking the elbow.